This week, it seems pretty cut and dry, Shoftim, right? It's all about how Moses instructed the Israelites to create people whereby to judge and people to carry out the sentences, whatever they might be. And he goes on to explain as to what the presence of a judge should be, how he should present, or what is important or what's not important. And that's indeed true, and we'll discuss that. But basically, the Zohar says, and the Rav has said, that the Shoftim is there are gates to heaven. And each one of those gates has a guard. He used to speak about the Van Allen belts, which were like 7 belts that needed to be opened and closed. But each gate, as we progress on a spiritual level, when our soul leaves our body, goes through different gates. And each gate has a shofet, a judge, and somebody either allows you in or doesn't allow you in. The gates are in correspondence to our gates, which are the eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth. Those are our gates. And what the Parsha is talking about is really, we're very, very, very good at judging other people. We're marvelous at that. You know? It's simple. But what the Parsha is telling us is that our judgments, what we see, perceive with our eyes, are not necessarily true. What we hear. Because, you know, the eye is a blank screen that sees black and white and upside down. Our mind turns it around and it becomes visual, right? That's the way it works. What does that mean? It means that our mind perceives what we see, what we hear. It is our perception that determines the actions. And so, basically, we all see with our own prejudice. We don't see the actual. Everybody sees. It's like you have 2 people, there's an accident, and there are 2 cars crash with each other. And one has a preference for this type of a vehicle and says, well, it happened in such a way that this particular vehicle was perfectly correct, the other one hit him. And somebody else on another corner says, no, that's not right. It happened the opposite. How is it possible that 2 people see the same incident and see it identically opposite? How's it possible? Because we perceive, we shofet, we act in line with our own prejudices. Oftentimes, our mind will not allow us to see things because we have already been adulterated. We've already been through our environment, through our friends, through the culture in which we live, predetermined the things that we do shofet, that we do judge. And here, in this particular portion, even though truly it's talking also, anytime that the Torah speaks about any situation, of course it transcends into the physical level, no question. But what the Moses is particularly saying is that when our time comes, when our actions are to be judged, we are judged also via our senses. Meaning what? What we do perceive, when I see something, do I perceive it with a kindness